Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is John. This is my channel, your Renaissance man. I am just doing an introductory video in case you stumble onto me. We're going to start doing videos daily. That's my intention. I have stuff in my life that doesn't always allow me to do that, but we're going to try to make that as a daily goal to at least pop off one video in the morning. What motivated me to do this I'm a fan of Sticks and Hammer. He seems to have some other issues in life that's kind of keeping him out of the ability to make daily videos anymore. And I like his content. I am by no means the same type of person as him. I mean, I have similar beliefs to him, but I really liked his grassroots style videos with no sponsorship and all that kind of fun stuff and not heavily influenced by anybody else. And kind of a free spirit type. I mean, it's, whatever. That's my intention, just to kind of be more of a grassroots information, stuff that I feel is of interest to me. I definitely more on the right leaning. I consider myself independent. I don't really, the Democrat Party of today is not the Democrat Party that our parents grew up with and that kind of stuff. So I'm not really don't really care for the Democrats at this time in my life. And I don't really trust them. So we're going to do daily videos about news, just like I said, stuff that kind of like Sticks and Hammer does, stuff that kind of piques my interest. I'll do a little reading on it, try to find some information, stuff that just inspires me to talk more. I do have a friend that also does some similar content that I collaborate with, and I will be doing a video with him tomorrow morning. His name is Darwin Hallstrom. He's a writer. He's currently living in the Caribbean on a sailboat. God bless him. I am in the once great state of Minnesota in the United States. So, yeah, so we'll try to do some daily videos. And yeah, it's just going to be chit chat, talk about stuff, current news, politics. There's so much stuff happening daily, especially with the Trump administration. And I mean, I'm not a diehard Trumpster. There's stuff I like, there's stuff I don't care about. And I'm happy to talk about, on either side of it, and Darwin, he's not as in love with Trump. So I referred him to Darwin as Orange Jesus, just to kind of rattle his cage sometimes. Because there's always the extremes on both sides where Trump's the greatest, or Hillary's the greatest. It's always those extremes that are the weirdos. So I try to rattle Darwin's cage occasionally. But like I said, I am I consider myself independent, but definitely more right leaning. I'll figure out some daily topics, try to find stuff fun to talk about, be live stream type podcast type stuff, probably be a minimum of an hour. And if we have a guest, it might go 2 hours because then there's definitely more conversation. It gets hard for me to talk for an hour unless there's something really fun to talk about and stuff's developing. Like I may go live on stuff that's happening in the moment just because I do have the ability to do that right now. I can go live instantly as stuff happens. And I've wanted to do that in the past, but I haven't. It's a little disenchanting when you're a new channel and nobody's watching. But at the same time, the only way you're going to have anybody watching is if you start making videos. So today is the day that I am really making a step forward again. It's March 19th, 2026. Hopefully we'll look back on this someday and laugh and look back and remember the good times and remember the beginnings, and hopefully we'll grow into something more than what it is now. But like I said, it's a very humbling thing to start a YouTube channel, and as I'm broadcasting live, seeing 0 people watching, that is a hard thing to stomach. It's hard to look into that camera and be happy and not let it run you down and think there's nobody watching. It doesn't really matter what you say. No, it does matter. Somebody is going to see you eventually. Persistence, not letting that stuff wear you down that nobody is watching. YouTube does try to help you to some extent. You just have to stay kind of on a basic path, and YouTube will start to find your audience. I've had other channels that I've had that never had been super successful at YouTube. I'm still trying to find a path that I really enjoy that I can do, more frequently. By that I mean stuff where I have enough topics where it's easier for me to put out content on a regular basis. My other channel, it was a lot more effort because it was very niche. It was something I very much enjoy. It's a hobby, and I really love doing videos, and I have fun talking and collaborating and interviewing, but it's such a narrow niche and I don't have the ability without sponsorship. I don't have the ability to do continuous product reviews out of my own pocket. But yeah, so if anything you can do to help us, it'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe, like, all that happy, fun stuff that makes the channel grow. It all helps us with YouTube, and then it helps us find an audience. So, anyways, we will see you tomorrow morning. Darwin is getting ready to head off, I think, to Norway on his sailboat tomorrow. And he said he would be available for a morning interview or talk. We'll catch up with Darwin. We usually talk about world politics. And tomorrow will be Friday, March 20th. And like I said, he's going to set off. He's going to sail the Atlantic in, I believe it's like a 43-foot catamaran. That's, I think he's going, I don't know if he's going solo or if his fiance is going with him. I'm not sure if he's sailing solo or not. Maybe she's with, I'm not sure at this time. I haven't talked to him for a few days. But anyway, so we're trying to catch him before he takes off across the Atlantic in a sailboat. That's a big endeavor. I really admire him for having the balls to do something like that. That's kind of that's like one of those adventure type things from, Christopher Columbus days. It's like you're getting a boat and just cross the ocean and just see where you end up. I mean, granted, today's world is different with modern technology, but he's doing it on a much smaller scale, possibly solo, maybe with his fiance. I'm not sure, but you don't have a crew of guys and you got a very small boat. You don't have provisions like you can carry on a ship. So, I mean, it's still a risky endeavor to cross the Atlantic in a 40-foot sailboat. I mean, yeah, provided weather is decent, it'll most likely be a safe trip for him. If inclement weather were to come in, yeah. And being that the speed of a sailboat, you can look at the 10-day weather forecast and look at it and think, yeah, you should be safe, for these many days. But sailboats are pretty slow, so having that 100% confidence you're not going to have weather issues, which could really throw a damper or anything. Not to be negative, but just saying it's pretty brave to take on a challenge like that across the Atlantic. So, anyways, if you find my channel, hope you enjoy it. We'll try to do stuff on the daily. Anyways, God bless. We'll talk to you tomorrow.